I just launched my small business this week and I wanted to share rapid fire things that I wish I had thought of before I launched it, or just, been aware of in general when working on a small business. So, number one, I wish I had known that it's okay to start small. There are so many ideas you'll have going into starting your small business. There's a lot of excitement and hype in your brain, and there are probably so many products you want to create. And I really had to be realistic and lock in and focus on a few small, specific products, things that I could produce in a decent amount of time, considering I work full time, and that I would be able to make over and over again because I have a crochet business. So I don't want to get bored creating the things that I put on my store and then people want them down the line and I hate making the thing. It kind of reminds me of like artists have a one hit song and then they hate performing it. I don't want to end up like that. I want to make things that I love and things that I will love for a long time. So I wish I had known that it's okay to start small. There are a lot of ideas I want to add to my store, but what I tried to do for launch is focus on just 3 products, one of which is a digital product. So I made a little sticker pack. I thought it was cute. It matched my branding, and I could release more in the future for people to use in their planners, people to use on their phones as widgets, whatever it may be. I also launched with 2 core crochet products. I have a spiral coaster that I've made in 3 colors, and I also can add new colorways to the site if I want to in the future. The last thing I made were these crochet heart catch-all trays. I'll just show you. Cute little tray, can be used on your nightstand, on your entryway table. I thought they were so sweet considering I was launching before Valentine's Day. I just love these so much. I'm currently using one on my nightstand and it holds my watch. It holds my inhaler. Moral of the story, start small because you can always add things to your site later, and you can, be a little strategic with how you group the new products that you're posting on your website. But starting small gives you just a couple things to talk about, and it gives you just a couple things to worry about making. I also think it helps because whenever you're launching a site, that's already a big announcement. When you're launching your own small business, it's a big announcement. And one thing that helps is to not have too much to also announce along with the launch of your small business, if that makes sense. So I think it's helped me and the people I'm trying to market to initially, just basically my Instagram followers, my TikTok followers. It definitely helps to only have a couple of things to share with them. Tip number 2, it is okay to not be majorly successful right at the beginning. And by that, I mean it's okay to not have 100 orders within your first week of launching your business. And it's good and smart to market to people who are already in your network, already in your circle, already part of your community. Even if you're not like some social media influencer and you're just a normal person with a normal Instagram account launching a small business, that can be a great place to start. And I feel like that's kind of where I'm at. Even though my Instagram has quite a few followers, they're not very active because they followed me for makeup 5 or 6 years ago, and I don't do that anymore. It's nice to have a smaller group of active, engaged people to be sharing my content with because they're kind of my target audience, and they're the people who will tell me or show me through their engagement whether or not something I'm making or something I'm sharing is what they're interested in. And I think that will help me in the long run as I continue to build up my engagement, build up my brand, and expand my product catalog. Another thing I wish I had known was how much I would want to check my site after launching. I wish I had known how much I would want to check. I wish I had known how much I would want to check my website and see if people were on it, if I made a sale that day, even though I had just launched. So obviously it's like normal to not make a sale on your first day or your first 2 days or your first week or whatever it may be. I just love data and numbers. As much as I am a creative person, I'm also a very analytical person, which is why I feel like I've made it as far as I have in marketing. but I just like combining that and seeing how I can do better. So it's so much fun having a store where I can see, you know, how many site visitors I had that day. Maybe my goal is 5. My goal today was 5 site visitors because my store is brand new. Nobody knows about me, but it is fun to see and monitor your site's performance, at least to me. And so I definitely need to find more balance with wanting to check it or just like having it on my mind. But I think that's normal because it's exciting and it's new. So I don't want to judge myself too much for that, you know? But I don't want it to become my whole life because that's not, like, obviously starting my small business, I want it to be successful, but I'm not trying to be some mega corporation one day. I just want to share things I love making with people who love to use them and hopefully build community out of that and get to create more because I don't have to worry about making things all the time and then piling up in my apartment, if that makes sense. And the last thing I wish I had thought of before launching my store is shipping. So this is my first week launching the store. I think there's a lot I can do on the website to make like the shipping selections a little bit better or more options on the actual checkout page. But there's a vision I have in my head of what my packaging will look like and what I'll put in the boxes outside of what someone orders. But when you're first launching, if you don't have some major investment that you're putting into your business and you're really, really starting small, like almost from nothing, then you definitely have to take the time to think about what your packaging looks like now before you get to where you want to be. So just think about the small little things that you can do to make your orders look cutesy. So what I've been doing is, instead of going with normal brown boxes, I went with these white boxes that fit my coasters and they fit my catch-all trays. And I think that they will fit other stuff in the future that I plan to launch on the site. And I also went with tissue paper. I went with pink tissue paper because it goes with my branding. And I think that that's a cute way to package the order in something that's not just throwing it in the box or using packing peanuts or white tissue paper or something like that. So it's just a small little touch. And then I'm trying to write handwritten notes in my orders right now because I don't have a lot of them and I really appreciate the support that I'm getting from people. So a handwritten note is no sweat off my back and I love showing my appreciation that way. But you know, in the future I'd love to do a bunch of little things. I'd love to add stickers in there. I'd love to have branded boxes one day if my store ever got that big, but who knows. And I don't know, there's just so much fun you can have with packaging, and that's like one thing people don't think about a lot. But definitely think about shipping and definitely think about packaging before you launch your store. And that's it. Those are my rapid fire things I wish I thought of before I launched my business. My store is crushworthy.shop, crush with a K. I'm really excited about the future of my store. I can't wait to be active on YouTube again. I won't just be posting about my store on YouTube. I want to do vlogs, but I'm not really good at vlogging, so we'll see if I get better at that. But in the meantime, this is my first video back, and thank you for watching. If you watched all the way to the end, please subscribe. Leave a comment down below with any tips you have for small businesses, especially within the first few months. I think that's super helpful. And I'll see you guys in my next video, hopefully. Bye!